Welcome back. I'm Doc Rodden, and this is Gruesome Magazine. Tonight we're reviewing Infirmary, premiering at Dances with Films, New York on January 16th, 2026.
Gruesome Magazine.
All right, joining me tonight is my co-host, Paul Gardulo. How you doing, Paul?
Doing pretty good, Doc. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to get into this found footage horror film, the first for us for 2026.
Yay.
What we think we'll find out here in a second. Before we get into things, we want to invite you to like and subscribe and share with a friend. Every click helps us find another horror fan just like you. All right, Paul, we got to get into this, and let's just put the poster up here. Oh, my. And Infirmary is directed by Nicholas Pineda and written by Nicholas Pineda along with Katie Crulin. The cast includes Paul Syre, Mark Anthony Williams, and Danielle Kennedy. And the synopsis is: a guard vanished on his first night at an old psych hospital in 2023. His body cam footage shows unexplainable incidents that continue to baffle investigators, which sounds like a found footage film. Here's a couple of shots. There's our guy walking around inside the infirmary. That's the cafeteria. And here's his other security guard that he's come in to help and is also part of the story. All right, let's find out what we thought of this film. Paul, sir, you were up first. What did you think of this?
I think that the quickest and easiest summary to say is that at one point you went over and said, Paul, are you awake? I think that's probably the most telling. Yeah. Nice use of location.
Yes.
A nice use of a location, and there's a nice use of a location.
Is that all you're going to say, sir?
I mean, you had to make sure I was awake at one point. Unfortunately, I mean, I think that's if you want my quick and dirty, right? That's the quick and dirty before we further discuss it. So, first impressions. How about you?
Oh, how about me? Yeah, the location is pretty sweet, and it's very inviting to be excited about the story. The cast is small, and of course the found footage of it is set up pretty cool because it's a whole lot of found footage. They got cameras everywhere in the hospital, so we get to see all that. And of course, they're wearing body cams that they have to wear as the security guards. So that's interesting. And then if something happened, I missed it. There's a whole lot of nothing happening. And I mean, something does happen. It does eventually happen, but this one takes its time getting there. Well, I think one of the things we said while we were watching is something about padding the footage.
Yes, yeah, it's sort of I mean, I have no problem with a slow burn or where they take their time, deliberately paced films, and it's ratcheting up tension. But this was just nothing happened. At one point, you kind of think something happens, and then that doesn't actually go anywhere with they see, and it just so yeah, not a lot happens. My other problem with it is that there's a couple big exposition. No,
easy for you to say. Yeah.
Exposition dumps, but the sound is so muffled, and I think a lot of it is they're trying to put like creepy background noise, but the creepy background noise just overpowers anything the characters are having to say. Yeah. So when one character is explaining essentially the lore behind what's going on or what may be going on, you're like, I think he said what? I don't know.
Yeah,
it was to me that was the other thing. If they cleared that up, maybe it would have been better, but I couldn't pick up half of the lore.
I am hoping that is just a artifact of the screener,
Could be.
And they fix the sound by the time it gets released. If they did fix that sound, it would improve.
Oh
It
yeah,
would.
because I think that, I mean, yeah, because part of it was like we missed kind of the setup, I think.
I think
Right.
so. Because it was overpowered, like you said. But at other times, I kind of appreciated the background music. Not background music, but it was kind of like tones
Right. Yeah. I
and
mean that. Yeah.
ambience, right?
Right. I mean that was that work and worked with the the location. I mean, you've got a sense of almost the geography of the location,
Mm-hmm.
which was nice. It wasn't a lot. Sometimes found footage where they're doing it in a old abandoned hospital, asylum, infirmary, whatever. It's like the same two halls, from a couple
Yes,
different.
yes.
This you don't get that feeling. There actually are different rooms that they really do go to. You get a feel for. Somebody has to eventually go into the basement at one point. You get a feel for that the architecture of the building, and that kind of gives you, especially if you've ever been in hospitals are like mazes. I swear to God, they designed them
Mm-hmm.
like mazes, and it felt that you felt that in this. So I mean that was the definite plus, and I think I used that really well. I mean, in the
Yeah,
shot.
and for the areas that weren't the maze, the main areas that they would visit often, you really
Yeah,
got a sense of where they were.
yeah,
You recognize landmarks and other things because of the camera. The cameras were positioned in one way, so every time you saw that particular room or hallway, you saw it from that particular point of view. Here's an idea. Every time we saw this is the view we had, unless we were looking at um, his body cam.
yeah,
So that I think that helped quite a bit keep me, kind of tuned into where the story was and where it was going. And, I never felt like, where are we? I
yeah,
mean, except when we needed to. There is a point when we need to be going, where are we? Because that's the point of the story.
yeah,
But when it wasn't that, you knew you were in the office area, you knew you were in this one hallway that did an L bend, and there was an office in the corner or a room in the corner. It wasn't necessarily office, it was glass. And then, of course, always having to knock to get into the other guy's office, which was hilarious. But what did you think of okay, so we have three main characters.
right.
What did you think of those three main characters? We have the young the young guard that comes
Yeah,
in, and then we have the old guard that's been there quite a while, and then we have, for lack of a better term, HR lady.
yeah, yeah. Admin. Yes. So the main guy, I appreciated that they were trying to do something involving like he had PTSD or something. But again, and I think that was trying to be kind of the crux of some of the stuff going on with him. But it didn't quite work. And the relationship with him and the older guard was how would you describe the kind of person?
Persnickety.
Oh, that's nice. I was say
Persnickety.
jerk, but yeah,
Well, yeah,
he
yeah,
came
he's a
across.
jerk.
I mean, yeah, it was more than just like busting the new guy's chops. It seemed. I don't know. And then the administrator, she was kind of there, but the HR lady. I mean, I think the main character. I think there was some potential to do stuff there with him, but again, I don't know if it quite did what they were wanting to do with that. What do
Yeah,
you think?
it didn't seem to flesh out enough to really get the gist of what they were aiming for.
Yeah.
You get the bare bones of it, but not the emotional gist of it. You don't really feel it, which I think some editing could have helped get us there too. And like you
Yeah, because
said,
there was oh, good. Sorry.
well, like you said, it felt like padded. Like it was like it really feels like a 60-minute film padded out to 90 minutes. I hate saying that because it's a vision, it's an artist's vision,
Right.
but that's how it felt to me as the viewer. It just felt like some of this, we've been walking in this hallway a long time.
Well, I mean, so a lot of times with like a found footage film, they require a lot of your attention because the way they're designed, you're looking in the background. Like if you're watching us talking here and this is a found footage, you'd be looking over my shoulder there to see if you
Right.
saw something move, or you'd be looking at that. And you got to give them you got to give the audience at least a little something. I mean, you want to have a lot of scenes where nothing happens, but you want to have a little something. every
Mhm.
once in a while, and it didn't seem like that didn't really occur. We were spending a lot of the early part of the film going, okay, wait, oh,
Yeah.
but there
I
was,
mean,
but
we got blinking lights. We got a door that would
we got a door
open
that
up,
that couldn't
wouldn't
close,
stay
but then
shut.
right, but there should have been like a little more of that. I don't know, like it maybe pacing wise, like I said, maybe editing wise, putting that in just a touch of it. And they don't the it's I think it's always more effective when the characters don't even notice it and acknowledge it. So
Right,
maybe it was
right.
there and actually we missed it.
We could have
It's
missed it,
it is
or
possible there are films
maybe it
like
was
that.
just too subtle.
It could
There
be
are things that we definitely did see and we were meant to see,
right.
and we did see those, and there's a little bit of a tiny little subplot that doesn't amount to much
Yeah, and that was the thing that was annoying too.
with
It was
this
like
one specter that we see roaming around.
right, I was wanting at least some sort of payoff, even if it was like, oh, there's a body,
Can't
or
really say much more. Can't really say much more.
can't say much more, right? But that's what I'm saying. I was wanting some sort of payoff from that, and it didn't seem to be.
Yeah, I I was hoping for more, and because I love my found footage films,
Oh yeah, yeah,
and I did get my found footage fix, but it didn't really deliver. We were all, even as we were going through, it's like, okay, maybe they stick the landing and it turns everything out, and that was one thing we were hoping
recontextualized.
for.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I mean, we were rooting for this film, so don't get us wrong. And maybe some others will come along and see a lot of things that maybe we missed for some reason. Well, to wrap things up, Paul, what was your take? What's your score? 1 to 5, 5 being the best.
yeah. I mean, it's difficult. I mean, it's because, like I said, there was potential there,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, I'm gonna have
Average.
to say 0.75. I'm really sorry it's that low, but that's just
Okay.
I.
Okay.
I mean,
That's honest.
I like the use of location. I like the potential for it, but I just I, it was it it exhausted me. I was
It
very
really
tired
did.
from it.
I am
It
a
really did.
witness.
Yeah, and so I mean, I feel bad because, like I said, but it's. I mean, I think there's some potential there. So maybe, like I said, maybe cleaning up the audio, maybe even tightening up the editing. You could do some little, tweaking here and there.
Mhm.
Um, would probably boost it a bit more.
Yep.
So that's me. How about you?
Yeah, I think you're recognizing that there is potential in it,
Oh
but
yeah,
wasn't reached. I did like the location a little bit more than you, but only a little because my score was 2.
oh,
Um,
that's
I
more than
was
twice mine. So they,
well, no. I was thinking I wanted to go to like 2.25, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't
yeah,
do it. But yeah, that's our review of Infirmary, which is debuting at Dances with Films in New York on January 16th, as you're watching this. And we wish them very much success with the film. Right?
agreed. Yes,
Agree. All
agreed,
right.
agreed.
All right. All right, Paul. Thanks for joining me. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks
Looking
for
forward to
having me.
many, many more in 2026. Let's say goodnight.
Agreed. Good night, everybody.
Gruesome Magazine.